welcome to another sewing vlog. I think that what I'm going to be doing with these sewing vlogs is almost making them kind of more like a, like what some other YouTubers are doing, like a coffee chat, except for I'm basically drinking water every day, and that's not as exciting as a coffee chat. Where it's like mostly just like us having a chance to chat with each other, and then with a little bit of me showing you what projects I'm going to be working on. So today, on the day that I'm filming this, it is Father's Day, June 21st, and I am in my sewing room about to wrap some presents. Originally, Eric and I were saying that, like, because Sam is still like growing in my tummy, you know, that that we weren't really going to do anything for like Mother's or Father's Day. Eric and Sam helped him, or told him to make the cutest card, which melted my heart, and I'll keep it forever, for Mother's Day. And Eric's love language is definitely presents. So I saw something at Target, well, when I was shopping online for Target, and I was like, oh, he'll love this. So let me show you what I got for him. So he, like, sweatpants, lounge pants, comfy clothes, Eric loves. And so I got him just a new pair. These are actually really lightweight, which is good considering the weather, of like just like around the house Mickey pants. And then, oh, and I think this is the cutest. Eric loves matching me. Like he wants, if we see like a Disney sweatshirt that both of us could get, he wants us to get, like, from the very beginning, even when, like, he just loves to match me. And so, my gosh, when Sam comes, he is going to want to match his son all of the time. So these aren't exactly matching, but look at this. So this is for Sam. So Eric has some Mickey pants, and then this is like a little hoodie, and then once again, not matching, but they could both hang out together. Oh, and it's so tiny. They could both hang out together in their gray Mickey lounge pants or sweatpants or whatever. So I figured Eric would I figured he would like it. And then for my dad, who is at church, we are like, I don't go anywhere. I probably will not be going anywhere for who knows how long. But anyway, for my dad, I picked out this hat. I don't know if I showed you guys, before his birthday, I got him a lot of grandpa stuff, because he is going to just be the best grandpa ever. He was like made to be a grandpa. And so we found this hat. Also, he loves hats, but he goes through them like crazy. He has a huge head. He gave it to me also. We both have huge, gigantic heads. So most hats just don't fit him, but he doesn't care. And so, but he wears it to try to like protect, so he does for the sun, because he used to not be great about that, but now he's doing a lot better. So, but because he does like a lot of outdoors things, he just like outdoor projects, he sweats through them a lot. So a hat is always like a useful thing that he'll love. So I got him this hat. It will coordinate with the shirt that I got him for his birthday. It says Grandpa Established 2020. How cute is, like, I think it needs to be bent because it's way too flat. Like, it would just look weird, you know. I am just going to sit here and wrap. And you know what? I don't think I'm talented enough, or I don't think my brain is with it enough to be able to talk to you guys about what I want to talk to you guys about and wrap at the same time. So I'll talk to you later. Before I forget, I want to show you two little 0 to 3 month, I think they're called Essential Coveralls by that same company I really like, that I made for Christmas. So this is 0 to 3 months, and this is the same pattern that I used last week, but it is a little bit different because I didn't put feet on there because I just wanted to try it out. And for the closure, or for like diaper, I didn't do snaps. And for the closure, look at this. It's just like a little butt flap thing. So you just like, and it's made with elastic, so you could just like pull it over. So anyways, I'm pretty excited about these things. And they were so quick to make. Oh, Eric opened up his present and he loved it, by the way. He's wearing it now, and I probably won't show you what he looks like today, but he's also wearing this, like, it's his tiki, I don't know if you remember, but his, like, tiki room, like, t-shirt hoodie thing. He looks so comfortable. I have outfit envy because he looks so comfortable. Anyways, so while we're chatting, I am going to be cutting out this pattern. It's actually a free pattern by the Brindle and Twig company that I'm really starting to become obsessed with. So if you see me looking down and stuff, it's just because I am cutting these out. Now I'm trying to decide what size I want it. I'll probably do 6 to 9 months for these little shorts, because do I want to do 6 to 9 months? Yeah, I'll probably do. Or do I want to do 9? No, I'll do 6 to 9 because stick with 6 to 9, Amy. Making decisions is hard. Okay, so there has been some interesting news and interesting things happening in the Disney community. Some of these things are confirmed and some of these things are just speculation. So, like I said, today is Sunday, June 21st, Father's Day. I believe that I am pretty up to date with all the news and stuff because I have been very obsessed about this because obviously I am a huge Disney fan and I'm so curious about everything. So most of this news is going to pertain to Disney World, and Eric and I last year when we had our road trip and we drove from Disneyland to Disney World, we did have the premier annual pass, which is the pass that lets you go 365 days a year to both parks. We have done this a couple of times. Whenever basically we go to Disney World, we take our Disneyland annual pass and we upgrade it. But this year we weren't planning on going to Disney World, and so we have the Signature Plus pass for Disneyland. So what that pass is basically you could go 365 days a year. It's the highest Disneyland only pass. And you get like free parking, you get park hopper, you get discounts, you get all of these different things. And you do pay a pretty penny to be able to do this. So, I feel like so much about my opinion or just how I'm going through life is so much changed since I have been pregnant. So much change since I have been pregnant. And I will say when I'm telling you guys about my opinions and my ideas about the Disneyland things and the changes that are going into Walt Disney World and different ideas about Disneyland, I'm very sorry if I come off as a spoiled Disney brat. I'm just sorry, but I do want to tell you guys my honest opinion because I think I am kind of growing in some aspects of this area in my life. So I have had a pass, and I've had a no blockout pass since I was in junior high. So my parents got us family passes, and when I was in junior high, and at the time it was $100 a person, which is insane. Insane, $100 a person when we started to get our annual passes. And so they got this as a family, as like our family Christmas present. We each got one. And we used those passes. We went as a family a minimum once a week. And it was awesome. And we went in. And then, I think when my brother got into high school, like he wasn't that interested in it, and so eventually the rest of the family members, or it got too expensive and stuff like that. Up until I always asked until I was a senior in high school, basically for my Christmas present, I would always ask, just renew my annual pass, because by that time my friends had, like, we would all, that was our thing, like, so it originally became a family thing that I would do, but then once I got a car, my friends and I would hang out at it. And then once I got to college and stuff, the prices were, it was like more expensive than like a Christmas present should be. So I ended up like buying it for myself and stuff like that. And so I have been an annual pass holder for a really long time. But growing up, when I was like a kid, up until that junior high mark, as a family, we really did not go very often. Like sometimes we would go for the occasional birthday, or sometimes we would, like if family, because my dad's side of the family, like most of them live and are from Minnesota, where he's from, that area. And so if we had family from out of town coming, we would go there. So growing up, we did not go very often, maybe once, twice a year, something like that, because it is expensive, you know, and it was expensive then, and we just didn't do it. Also, I solely wanted to go on It's a Small World. That's the only thing I wanted to do. So my guess is that would be hard. You know, that's the only thing I cared about for the longest time, was going on It's a Small World. And so what? Anyway, so I did not grow up going to Disneyland frequently as a kid, but so much of my, like, I feel like as soon as I could make choices for myself, I wanted to go to Disneyland all the time, and I did. Like, I would go, ever since junior high, I would generally go once a week, except for when I moved to Washington and things like this. So let's talk about the pass holder things, because that's what is interesting to me. I can't cut and talk at the same time. I think my brain is just not there. So what they're doing for Walt Disney World annual passes is that they originally a while ago said, for the time of the closure, if you could choose, one of the options was, which is what we did, this is for Disneyland and Disney World, was you could, once the park reopens, if you are a monthly payment person, which we are, you can extend the expiration date of your annual pass, and then you could continue your monthly payments, like our monthly payments are paused, and continue your monthly payments once it opens. And so I thought that's very fair. And so we were going to do, that's what we wanted to do, because honestly, I think this was probably in April, I'm not sure when exactly. Honestly, we really were hoping that it would be safe and it would be okay to take Sam to Disneyland on Christmas Day, because as you guys may know, Eric and I love Christmas morning. We go before park opening and we have breakfast at the Plaza Inn on Disneyland on Christmas, and it is magical, and one of my like favorite experiences to be able to do as a Disney fan. I love it. And so like for Sam's first Christmas, we really wanted to do it. And I think a couple months ago, I was pretty hopeful that it would be safe to be able to do that. To be honest, right now, I really don't see us, as of right now, my mind can change, the world can change, all these things can change. I don't see us taking Sam to Disneyland until the mask requirements are no longer necessary. Until the world is safe enough where we could go to Disneyland without wearing a mask. That is where I'm at right now. And the reason for that, like my thinking is well, Sam is a baby, and babies can't, it's not safe for babies to wear masks because of suffocation. Sam will be a baby, you know. And so if he can't wear a mask, then it's just not going to be the environment that I want to put him in. And so it took me a while to be able to be okay with that decision, just because like I feel like being pregnant, or well, everybody with this quarantine and with how our world is going, everybody is having to make different adjustments and think about different things and how they can affect their kids and or their family. And I was just hoping that things would get back to normal, because I really want to have that experience with Sam. And so, and it took me a while to accept that I am going to decide, or Eric and I are going to decide not to have that experience with Sam, and then to be okay with that. And I was a little bit sad, but now I'm not. And part of the thing was that I had to remember that, because I had to remember that I grew up with Disney, but not in the way that I have an understanding of Disney for myself now. Because like I think I have been a spoiled Disney fan, right? So I have gone so often for so many years and for just a ton of time. But I have to remember that that is not how I grew up. And I had a great childhood, and my childhood was filled with a lot of love, a lot of magic, a lot of all these different things. And I had a really happy childhood, and I really did not go to Disneyland that often. And so I had to realize, or I just had to think about, because that I was really struggling. You know, I was feeling sad about, because no one knows how long this is going to last. And so I was getting sad about Sam missing out on some of these experiences that I wanted to give, that I wanted to give him as his mom. But I was able to come to the point of, you know what, Sam will grow up in a loving home filled with Disney magic, even if it's mommy made Disney magic, and he will just be fine. He will be like, everything will be okay. He could still have a good childhood. He could still feel loved, even if he can't go to Disneyland as often as I would like him to go to Disneyland. So I have been able to like get sad about my idea of like the first year of my baby's life and all that stuff, and to kind of give that up, when I have made in my opinion, I don't know, I just don't see this, getting significantly better where I will feel comfortable to take Sam to Disneyland anytime soon. Or yeah, who knows when. So with that in mind, of Eric and I kind of coming to the decision that we're probably not going to take Sam until the mask situation is not a thing, until it becomes a lot safer for him to go. We're probably not going to go. That made us think about our annual pass decision and what's going to happen. So right now, Disneyland has a proposed reopening date, but it has not been approved. The things that have been approved are like the hotels and downtown Disney, and I think that's about it. But the Disneyland Resort, as of right now, is still waiting upon approval to have their reopening, which is in like the beginning-ish of July. And so what I was really shocked and surprised about is what's been going on with Disney World. So this is 100%, like, I may be over dramatic, I may be exaggerating, but it almost seems like some of the choices Disney World is making, it's almost like they don't want people to come. It seems like they're making things really, really difficult for people to be able to go to their parks. So what they're doing, for dining reservations, you have to call, as of right now, to make a dining reservation. And I was listening to a podcast. I am like so into this, guys. I've been watching YouTube, listening to podcasts. I'm so into this right now. But you have to call to make a dining reservation. And if you have ever tried to call Disney, sometimes you get lucky, but a lot of times you'll have to wait for a long time to make dining reservations. The reservation system is rough. We don't quite know how it's going to go because tomorrow is when the reservation system is first going to open for people with hotel reservation and valid tickets. And then let's talk about annual pass holders, what they're doing, because that's kind of where our decision is going to lie, because we're annual pass holders for Disneyland. Once again, I am basing this off of maybe Disney World and Disneyland is going to do the same things, but they might not, because nothing is confirmed. But for Disney World, for the reservation system, you can only make reservations for 3 days at a time. So you can make them for 3 days, and then you have to wait until after the 3rd day to make more reservations. There's no park hopping, and then there's like they're doing a lot of things, like there's no like real character meet and greets in the standard way. There's no fireworks, all these things. Once again, the safety measures, I have no problems with the safety measures. I have no problem with even like no like nighttime spectacular. I have no problem with that, because anything safety measure wise I don't have a problem with, because the health and safety for their guests, as long as their cast members, are the most important thing. The thing I don't understand, like the thing I'm struggling with is that, in my opinion, I don't think that they are treating their annual pass holders fairly. Once again, we have signed a contract, and in the contract, they did say they can make changes and all these different things. But I'm a little bit confused, because how they're treating the cast member, or how they're treating annual pass holders, is not making me want to renew. Because first of all, the annual pass holders, we are paying for park hoppers, and the most important thing is we are paying to be able to go, essentially we're paying to be able to go whenever we want to. And I understand that in this world that we're living in, and as far as safety measures are concerned, they can't they have to know how many people are going to come. So I understand the reservation system needing to be there. The thing that I have a problem with is that to compensate the pass holders for, number one, not being able to use the pass anywhere close to where, to what they're paying for, that their compensation is that they are adding 1 free month to our annual pass expiration date. Also in addition to the months that it was closed. So the problem that I have with that, or the thing that doesn't sit right, is like, yeah, but we still have the reservation system. So it's not, and we want, in that month, theoretically, we're not going to be able to go whenever we want to. We'll still have to go during this time, and we don't know how hard the reservation system is. It just doesn't seem to be, it doesn't seem to equate to what we were doing. Now, what Shanghai did, and what Shanghai Disneyland, or Shanghai Disney, is it Shanghai Disneyland or Shanghai, whatever, something. What they did, and which I thought was fair, and which I thought kind of showed that Disney was valuing and taking care of the annual pass holders, is in Shanghai, they were extending the expiration date to include the reservation system. So for example, so it's not just, say the park was closed for like 100 days, like closed, and then let's just say theoretically the reservation system was for 50 days. I'm just making up numbers. So their annual pass holders would get an extension on their pass for 150 days. So until the reservations, the clock ticking down on their annual passes would not start until the reservation system was done. And to me, that seemed fair. That just seemed fair, because the whole point of having an annual pass is to be able to go whenever you want, to have that freedom. Because if you don't have, like, at least for me, what's the point? You know, I guess I just don't understand that. So Disney World is offering the month extension in addition to the 100 whatever days that it was, or they're offering cancellation, where you could cancel your contract and then you won't have an annual pass. And if the same policy is for Disneyland, which I'm not positive that it's going to be, because I think it's fairly common knowledge amongst the Disney fans that Disneyland relies heavily on their annual pass holders. For like the annual pass holders on their day-to-day things make up a huge population of the Disneyland, of people that go to Disneyland. And so what? And so in my opinion, I feel like if that Disney World annual pass holders, I do not think are very happy based on what I've been gathering. Disneyland annual pass holders, we're going to lose it. A lot of people are going to lose it because it's just not what we paid for. And so I don't know. I think Disneyland is going to have to really weigh out the long-term effects of how it'll affect their bottom line when it comes to pass holders and what pass holders are going to think. Right now, if it's the same policy for Disney World and Disneyland, Eric and I are going to cancel. We're going to cancel our annual pass holders because, first of all, regardless, I'm not going to Disneyland even if it was open today. I'm not going while I'm pregnant. I'm not going anywhere, you know. Basically right now I'm a full-fledged homebody and I don't see myself, I don't know where my comfort level is. I'm not going to say of when I will go out and start doing stuff, but no, I'm just not doing that. And so I'm especially not going to Disneyland. And so we were mainly doing this for Christmas in hopes to have that Christmas experience with Sam. But if we have the option to cancel, I think we're just going to cancel, which is crazy because I've basically had an annual pass since I was in junior high. And it is, and once again, like, I don't do, like, I'm a homebody. I don't do things. Like, I don't really go shopping for clothes. I don't, like, Disney is where I spend my money. Disney is my form of entertainment, except for maybe sewing, if you count that. Like, Disney is my hobby. Disney is what I like to do. It's where all my free money goes. And so it's so crazy for me to think that I just won't go to Disney. This'll just be crazy to not go to Disneyland for a really long time. So I'm sorry if that sounds spoiled, but I think this is just what a lot of people that live in Southern California, a lot of times this is what we do if this is how we choose to spend our money, and it's just really interesting. But on the other hand, I actually am feeling, in a sense, thankful for this because I feel like God is using this to kind of change my mind and how I think about things in a positive way. So I think through this quarantine, I'm really learning really learning about priorities and what is important. And I'm kind of like, I feel like God is giving me little checks in different areas, which I hope will help me become a better mom to Sam. And one of these checks is that the most important thing that I could do for him as a mom has nothing to do with Disney. I can be a great mom. I could love him. I could pray for him. I could take care of him. I could do all of these different things and he could never go to Disneyland and I would still take care of him. And he would still feel really loved and he could have a great childhood. And so that is like, that was a really good kind of check in my mind, you know, that it's just that being a good mom does not mean taking your kid to Disneyland as often as possibly can, or even creating like super magical moments or super special things. Like, kids need to be loved and spent time with. And so I think that was a really good reminder for me. Another thing is that I think this will help us with things financially. So I don't know if you guys remember, but our plan, which God obviously had different plan, like our plan was last year we were going to really focus on losing weight. This year, 2020, we were going to hopefully hit our weight goals, but also focus on being more responsible and focus on our money situation. And then next year, 2021, we are going to really try to get pregnant. Obviously pregnant now. So things happen. And so, a part of me is almost like, I wonder if God is helping us learn a little bit more about maybe managing money and priority things in regards to finances by taking away this payment that we have every single month and being like, hey, you don't need this right now. This is not what I have for you. Let's put that money somewhere else to good use. And so anyway, I'm trying to look at it as a positive thing. I'm really trying to see what I could learn from this situation, because I feel like in a personal way, I feel like in a lot of aspects right now, God is really, really simplifying my life, and He is bringing a lot of joy in different aspects that maybe I wasn't as grateful for, you know. So I'm just trying to keep my eyes open for things, and He is really helping me deal with this in my heart and things like this. All right, so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I'm so into it, so into it. I am going to continue sewing, and I talked a lot. Thanks for listening. I'll show you what I make and all these things later. You guys missed an epic game of cribbage. I totally should have filmed it, at least the end, because it was like as exciting as cribbage can get. It was like down to the pegging. I ended up winning. It was a lot of fun. When Dad was like getting ready for church and stuff for tonight, I whipped up a little outfit. Took about an hour, which I think is pretty good for Sam, so let me show you. Alright, here is another outfit for my little boy. So this is the Ringer Tee pattern. It is a free pattern from Brindle and Twig, the company that I really, really like. And then these are bummy shorts. They're like super, super short shorts. Also a free pattern on the same website, and I think it turned out so cute. So this is in the 6 to 9 month size, and hopefully this will be for our first trip up to Washington to visit Eric's family. But who knows what this world is going to look like by then, but I'm excited about it. I was really hoping to get something else done, but it is like 6 o'clock and I feel like I'm ready to like pass out. I'm so tired. I think the baby is growing because yesterday I took a super long nap, and today I should have probably taken a nap if I wanted to do anything productive. But anyways, I feel good. I got something done, which is awesome. And I was really happy with how it turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, I'm already in my sleep shirt. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love to have you subscribe. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. And if you're going to go to sleep, I hope you sleep very, very well. And I hope I could stay up till at least 8 o'clock before I fall asleep.